Now, as you can see, there comes a certain point where we've got some things scheduled, and then we have certain things that are not scheduled. This is just our general template that we discussed earlier. This is the template that I have built for our Sunday morning worship services. Okay. So, what comes first, chicken or the egg? We're going to deal with people first. Okay. Now, as I'm coming down here, there are just some things that I know because I work with my own people that I'm going to take into account. So Wynn and Kathleen, these are a married couple. They like to serve together, and they have young kids. And as much as they would love to be involved every week, I found that they are most appreciative when I schedule them once a month. So I'm going to pick a week out here, give them a couple weeks of a break, and then have them help lead at a time in the future. Okay, and so here we've got acoustic guitar. In this worship set, I'm preaching this Sunday, and so I'm not involved with worship at all. But usually when I lead with Win, both he and I both do acoustic guitar. So you'll see over here that this is the acoustic guitar line. I'm going to need to add another guitar here before I select him and me and add those two people. Okay, so there we are. Next is the bass guitar. Before I go to bass guitar, I'm going to pick my drummer, see who's available. Okay, we're going to add Kristen here. Bass guitar, we'll see if Harrison is available. So Harrison, my normal bass guitar player, is out of town that week. So I'll either switch over to bass guitar myself or I'll contact Joe. Joe has had some work stuff, and so he may or may not be available. But for now, I'll go ahead and add myself and then remove myself out of the acoustic guitar position for this week. Okay. Next is keyboards. All right. I've got some college students who are in town. I don't know. I don't think Erin is available. She's a college student. Violet is a college student. We'll use them on some other weeks, but since we're doing this husband and wife pair, we're going to add his wife in. And then every week that she is available, my violinist likes to play, and she never gets burnt out, which is wonderful. There we have our band for that week. Let's go ahead and pick the background vocals. Usually with them, whenever they're singing, I just put both of them in as the background vocals. Does not mean that they won't lead a song. I'll probably invite them to lead one for that particular week. So I'm using information. The whole point is I'm using information from the past to give me clues as to what's going to make for a good band in the future. And generally speaking, I know that this band this week is going to work because let me get rid of this ensemble thing because I've already weeks ago asked everybody to make sure they had their blockout dates for June. And so the college students, I'm going to work with them, but everybody else should be ready to go. All right, now let's deal with a couple weeks from now. We are gearing up for this Sunday right now. This is how far in advance I'm scheduling. Right now it's about May 20th. And so this is our church picnic. It's just me leading worship. We do this off campus, and so that's why this week looks so different. So let's come up with a good band for June 9th. I want to engage the college students while we have them, so I'm going to start with keyboards. Okay, I'm going to put Violet down. She hasn't played in a while, and I'd love to have her involved. For drums, I'm going to add Kristen. I'm going to start with Kristen, and then if she declines, in fact, for each of these, so it's good that, see, she's got a block out date here. And if she's not available, we'll see if Joe is. Okay. And so we know that we're going to mostly depend on Kristen throughout the beginning of the summer. Hopefully Joe, coming closer to the fall, will be more available. Okay. Harrison plays keyboard as well, but he's going to be mostly playing the bass over the course of the summer, just so that I can get some of these college students more involved. So I'm moving a little bit too fast, but basically I'm putting myself down. I'm the most typical acoustic guitar player that we have right now. Again, violin. My violinist likes to play as often as she can, so I'm adding those in as well. Okay, so here we go. We've got very similar bands right here. I've got one more spot here where I need a piano player. I'm either going at this point, since Harrison is already confirmed for this week, that was a sign up that he signed up to play bass that week. I would have put him in keyboard, and if this high schooler that I'm training is not able to do it, then I will put Harrison down in keys for that week. We have an understanding where I can move him around wherever I need to. Okay. Now, for all of these Sundays in June, especially since I am preaching on that first one, I'm going to go ahead and add myself in as the lead vocal and the leader of each of these other worship sets in the month of June. I know that I'm already booked to do those in my personal calendar. Okay, now we're going to talk about background vocals. Okay. Currently, right now, my lead background vocals are Meredith and Carrie. Okay, now both of them are also working in kids ministry. Carrie is out of town. You can see that in the block out date when you hover over it there. And so, yeah, so I'm going to get a little bit creative here. Now, I have had Cora involved in singing in the past, but what you can do is if you need to add in new vocalists, what you can do is come down to the bottom right here and start typing their name. Okay. Now, what I would love is for Violet, as she's playing keyboard, to also sing some background vocals. So putting her down there, I've also got her right here, and that's how you add somebody that you don't have. Now, what you might find is that if you need someone to sing, I'm going to go ahead and put both of them down here because they both like to sing regularly. But if you have somebody, as long as they're in Planning Center somewhere, you should be able to find their name down here and get them involved. Okay, so adding people to Planning Center is a very good thing. Okay, so this is going to give me some really great information about what songs I can ask these people to sing or lead. Okay, all right, we're going to finish up the June 30th. Let's see, Meredith is working kids ministry again, so I'll probably have Carrie, and let's go ahead and add Violet for this week as well, even if she's not on the keyboards. I'd like to put Harrison on the keyboards if he's in town. He's out of town. So let's see. Violet is in the service, so let's go ahead and have her there. All right. Violinist. Bass guitar. We might do without a bass this week. We can ask Joe, but he will likely decline, and that's okay. As long as I'm prepared and I know, okay, the songs that we're picking for this week, we might need to do more of an acoustic set. I might switch her over from drums to the cajon here and go ahead and plan to do the acoustic set, because I doubt that he will agree to this particular date. Okay, so see, it kind of gives you some flexibility, but the flexibility is all based on everybody's availability, right? And so that's the main goal here.